Let me ask you a question. Have you ever set a big goal for yourself, maybe to lose weight, learn a new skill, or finally stick to a workout routine, only to fall off track after a few weeks? We've all been there, right? That feeling of starting strong, only to watch motivation fade away? But what if I told you that success doesn't actually come from massive goals, but from tiny, almost invisible changes you make every single day? That's the heart of James Clear's best-selling book, Atomic Habits. In this video, we're going to break it all down together. We'll talk about why habits matter so much, how tiny changes compound into massive results, the step-by-step system James Clear lays out, and, most importantly, how you can actually use it in your own life. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's dive into the science of small habits that can completely change your future.
Why habits matter. James Clear starts with a powerful idea. Small habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Think about money for a second. If you put a little bit aside every day, the amount grows and grows thanks to compound interest. Habits work the same way. Tiny daily actions might not seem like much today, but over months and years, they can transform your entire life. Here's the flip side though. Bad habits compound too. Snacking late at night, skipping workouts, scrolling endlessly on your phone. None of these ruin your life in one day, but stack them up for years and the effects are obvious. So, the real question isn't, do habits matter? The real question is, which habits are you building? The ones that serve you or the ones that sabotage you? That's where Clear's system comes in.
The 4 laws of behavior change. James Clear gives us a simple 4-step model for creating good habits and breaking bad ones. He calls them the 4 laws of behavior change. And honestly, once you hear them, you'll start noticing them everywhere in your life. Here they are. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. Now, that might sound almost too simple, but each law packs a punch. Let's walk through them one by one with some real-life examples.
Law 1. Make it obvious. Habits start with cues, the little triggers that tell your brain, hey, it's time to do this thing. If you want to build a good habit, make the cues obvious. If you want to stop a bad habit, make the cues invisible. For example, let's say you want to floss more. Don't hide the floss in some drawer. Put it right next to your toothbrush, where you'll see it. Want to eat healthier? Put a bowl of fruit on the counter instead of cookies. It's all about designing your environment so the right choice is the easy, visible choice. Because let's be real, willpower is unreliable, but environment, that shapes your behavior without you even noticing.
Law 2. Make it attractive. The second law is all about motivation. We repeat habits that feel rewarding. So what if the thing you want to do doesn't feel attractive? Pair it with something you enjoy. This is called temptation bundling. For example, only listen to your favorite podcast while you're at the gym, or only let yourself watch Netflix while folding laundry. Suddenly, the habit you're trying to build becomes something you actually look forward to. It's not about forcing discipline, it's about tricking your brain into enjoying the process. Law 3. Make it easy. This one is huge. Most of us fail at habits because we try to start too big. You want to run a marathon? So you buy expensive shoes, download a training plan, and then after 2 weeks, you quit. James Clear says, make it so easy you can't say no. Want to start reading? Aim for 1 page a day. Want to get fit? Start with 2 push-ups. Sounds silly, right? But here's the magic. Once you start, momentum builds. There's a rule he shares called the 2-minute rule. Whatever habit you want to build, scale it down to something that takes less than 2 minutes. Instead of, I'll meditate for 20 minutes, start with, I'll breathe deeply for 2 minutes. Why? Because it lowers the barrier.
Starting small creates consistency, and consistency beats intensity every single time.
Law 4. Make it satisfying. Finally, habits stick when they feel rewarding. If the result feels good, your brain says, let's do that again. That's why apps give you little streaks or badges, because it feels satisfying to see progress. So, track your habits. Put an X on the calendar every day you complete your habit. Watch the chain grow and don't break it. Celebrate small wins, even if it feels minor, because every check mark tells your brain, I'm the kind of person who does this. And over time, your identity shifts.
Identity, the real secret. And here's the deeper truth. Habits aren't just about what you do, they're about who you become. Clear says the ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes part of your identity. Instead of saying, I'm trying to quit smoking, say, I'm not a smoker. Instead of, I'm trying to run, say, I'm a runner. See the difference? You're not just chasing outcomes, you're living as the person you want to be. Every habit is a vote for the type of person you're becoming. Miss a vote here and there? Fine, but the majority wins. So the more consistent you are, the stronger that identity becomes.
Lessons and takeaways. So, what can we take away from Atomic Habits? First, stop worrying about huge goals. Focus on small, consistent actions. Second, design your environment. Make good habits obvious and bad ones invisible. Third, shrink habits down to make them ridiculously easy to start. And finally, connect them to your identity. Don't just do habits, become the person who naturally lives them. That's how real, lasting change happens. Not overnight, but step by step, day by day, habit by habit.
And that, my friends, is James Clear's Atomic Habits. It's not a book about goals, it's a book about systems. It's about designing a life where success is almost automatic because your habits pull you toward it. So here's my question for you. What's one small habit you could start today that your future self will thank you for? Maybe it's reading a page, drinking a glass of water, or taking a 2-minute walk. Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas. And if you found this video helpful, hit like, share it with someone who's working on their own habits, and subscribe for more engaging book summaries just like this. Remember, small changes don't feel life-changing in the moment, but stack them up and they become who you are.